Everybody? Daniel Rock 08 back in our video. 1998 year in review continues. And this time around it is the March 23rd Raw is War edition and the March 30th edition of Raw is War right here on my 1998 year in review. Watching these old Raws from 19 fucking years ago, it really baffles the mind of how different everything is. You know, it's really how different everything is. But no matter how much things are different, whether when you're watching an Attitude Era Raw is War, you're seeing the crowd and you see far more signs than you do see people. And that's incredible to think. I'm thinking, well, there's no way that can be. Well, actually, it could be possible. Just watch those Raw is Wars, and it is fucking true. There is just as many signs as there are fans. It's just unbelievable. The audience. I mean, if you think the WrestleMania after Raw is fucking crazy every single year, just take those crowds for the night after WrestleMania and think of those crowds each and every single week. That's that amped. It's that fucking crazy. But no matter how different things are actually very similar. This show starts out just like every other Raw starts out with a wrestler or an authority figure cutting a promo. And this time around, we had the hottest superstar of all time in Stone Cold Steve Austin. He cuts a promo about Vince and Shawn Michaels, and out comes Sergeant Slaughter, and an authority figure. He says, you don't have the day off, so you can't kick back and drink those Steve Wires. You have to face The Rock tonight in the main event on the War Zone. Stone Cold Steve Austin then responds to this by giving him a Stone Cold Stunner. Fucking nice. 5 out of 5. Great promo. Stone Cold Steve Austin says, there's not a damn thing you're going to do about it when I'm the WWF champion. Next up, we have Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack defeating the Quebecers via disqualification with the Outlaws interfering. I said outsiders. What the fuck is this? Nitro? No, it isn't. It's Raw is War. The Outlaws are on stage with tuxedos and their dates are blow up dolls, and they got this card table, and they attack Chainsaw Charlie with a pile driver with the card table, and they do a pile driver on Cactus Jack with the chair. 2.5. It was just a mediocre match, but a good after match. This would build to their dumpster match at WrestleMania 14. Next up, we have Jeff Jarrett being introduced by Tennessee Lee or Colonel Parker. He is riding a horse with his old gear from 1995. That's JEFF out with the NWA Invasion Jeff Jarrett, and now we're back to the Double J gimmick. If you think Chris Jericho's light up jacket is obnoxious, Jeff Jarrett takes obnoxious light up jacket to a whole new level. Not only does he have a light up jacket, but his pants are light up. And his horse is light up. He has fucking light ups. He has lights on his fucking horse. He's riding a horse. Good God. Give us that entrance for 2K18, please. Jeff Jarrett defeats Steve Blackman as Tennessee Lee helps Jeff Jarrett by holding onto his foot during a superplex. So Jeff Jarrett's foot would hold on, so that way Steve Blackman would fall on his back, and Jeff Jarrett could just fall on top of him and get the 1, 2, 3. Blackman chases them after, and because it's that Memphis mid-card piece of shit, Jeff Jarrett gets a 1.5 out of 5. Steve Blackman, on the other hand, is fucking cool. The light-up horse is ridiculous. Next up, we have the arrival of DX via limousine. That's very cool. And then we have The Undertaker. He is at his parents' gravesite, and he cuts a promo. A magnificent promo. He basically says that he hopes that his parents can forgive him for what he has to do for Kane, what he has to do to Kane at WrestleMania, and that he hopes that his entire family can rest in peace together. He will face the Reaper, and he will burn in eternal damnation for what he has to do for WrestleMania 14 to face his brother at Kane for WrestleMania. He says, "I love you," and then it fades away. A magnificent promo by the greatest character in all of wrestling. 4.5 out of 5. Next up, we have Kane with Paul Bearer, and they have an in-ring promo. Paul Bearer speaks the truth that Kane has the same powers, if not better than The Undertaker's powers. They show off his powers. He blows up the lighting tower fixtures. A bolt of lightning hits the announcer's desk. And then all these lighting fixtures are all fucked up. Then a bolt of lightning strikes a cameraman or some crew guy and sets him on fire. And we hear Jim Ross say, "The man is on fire! By God, the man is on fire!" Like a Muskogee on a Saturday night. The man is on fire. This is great stuff. Even though we went from cartoonish, hokey stuff to now very dark, very ominous, supernatural, dark stuff. 4.5 out of 5, good stuff. Next up, we have Skull and 8 Ball taking on the new Midnight Express. When you have fucking Lord of Darkness, Undertaker, and Kane being presented to you right before, and now you're presented with fucking new Midnight Express with bodacious Bart fucking Gunn and that butt plug Bob Holly. Oh my God, it just shows you, yes, they were in this Attitude Era, and everything's a revolutionary deal with Stone Cold and D-Generation X and Lord of Darkness and Mankind and all this shit. You still had the new Midnight Express. You had the new Blackjacks. You had DOA and Los Boricuas and all this stupid bullshit going on. It's crazy. This match ends in a no contest where every single tag team that they just want to fuck together in this battle royale, they just all get in the ring. You got Los Boricuas, you got DOA, you got the new Midnight Express, you got all these fucking teams. You got 2 teams of Los Boricuas, actually. You got all these teams while the crowd chants LOD, LOD the entire time, but the LOD don't show up. You just have all these ham and egg tag teams that no one fucking cares about other than the Headbangers. It's the only team that's actually good. This is the worst segment on this show. It's awful. 1 out of 5. It's just trash. You have all this revolutionary stuff going on, and then you have all these random butt fuck tag teams tossed in together into a battle royale for WrestleMania 14. Just really dumb, honestly. I mean, their tag team division actually wasn't really that strong. Honestly, they should have just did Headbangers versus LOD. Honestly, I mean, you're gonna get the new Midnight Express in there, and you're gonna get the fucking Godwins in there. You're like, give me a break. Fuck that. All right. We start off with the War Zone, and the War Zone starts off with a D-Generation X in-ring promo. They show last week's footage of them beating up on Owen. There's lots of sexual innuendos. Of course there is. There is this chick who's obviously a plant, and her knockers are fucking gigantic knockers. She has a butter face, and she looks like a skank. But this promo is very good. He talks about how Shawn Michaels talks how he doesn't care about Vince and Stone Cold, whether they hate each other or they love each other. They can fight all they want. Shawn Michaels will do what he does best, and that is put on a show like no one else can. And at the end of the night, he is going to defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is going to give him a shot. He is going to give him a shot that he's been waiting 8 years for. He teases that he gloats, rather, about how Tyson is on his side. And Tyson, if he crosses some line, he will knock his ass out if he is provoked. Shawn Michaels showboats and builds himself up. Basically, they do the exact same thing where Triple H talks about. They say, who is the showstopper? Me. Basically, they do that with Mike Tyson. He says, who is the baddest man on the planet? Me. And Mike Tyson says, who is the showstopper? Me. They do that stuff. This is a great promo, even though they have to showcase this butterface, huge ass breasted person. 4.5 out of 5. You just love Shawn Michaels boasting his ego. Liked it, though. Next up, we have Farouk and Chains going at it. Oh, God. See, Raw is War. You had great segments, but you had shitty matches, but the main event usually almost always delivered. Farouk and Chains. The Rock comes down with a chair and hits Farouk accidentally and plays it off like it's a fucking accident. Match ends in a disqualification, and the Nation helped get Farouk out of there. This is just a bad match, 2 out of 5. But The Rock trying to play off like, oh, he didn't mean to strike Farouk in the face with a steel chair. And, I mean, it's obvious, but he plays it off like whoopsie daisies. 2 out of 5. Good stuff for The Rock, rather. Then we have Bradshaw defeating Barry Windham in this split up with the new Blackjacks. As I stated, you still had a lot of stupid stuff from the new generation, like all these new tag teams. And you had this NWA invasion angle that's going fucking nowhere. Talking about the new Midnight Express, they show up again. You had Bradshaw defeat Barry Windham. The Rock and Roll Express, yes, they were in the WWF at the time. They distract fucking Jim Cornette and Barry Windham. Bradshaw gets a schoolboy victory, and he gets a victory. The new Midnight Express interferes, and we get to see Bodacious Bart Gunn and Blood Holly, or where the fuck he was called at this point. Again, a 1 out of 5 because we have to see the new Midnight Express again. As if they couldn't build them up. They had 2 segments on this show. 2 fucking segments. That's like New Blood Rising 2000, where we had to fucking see Chronic 4 times. Ridiculous. 2 times is enough. We don't need to see new Midnight Express at all, quite frankly. Get them off my fucking television. Get them off the network. We get an award ceremony, presentation rather, on Raw for Sunny and Sable for their Raw cover, their Raw magazine covers, which were these new release Raw covers, and they were so fucking best-selling Raw magazines of all time. It was like they hyped it as like the best-selling WWF magazine ever, which it probably was. You had Vince Russo presenting this award to Sable. Luna comes down, and hearing Sable talk is just a load of crap. Was she attractive? Probably. Honestly, I think she was not that attractive. I'm sorry, she just wasn't that attractive. Honestly, I was a little too young, but, you know, when I saw that Playboy cover of Sable and Tori Wilson, like, I want to see the Tori Wilson parts, not the Sable parts. Sorry, but if you like Sable, well, fine. But Tori Wilson all the way. Anyways, Luna attacks and strips Sable. Because we get to see Sable's ass, a 2.5. But Vince Russo's out there, and you have to hear Sable talk. It's a bunch of shit. 2.5. The main event. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeats The Rock in a good match. It's their most forgotten match of their entire rivalry. Right up there with their Rebellion match, which is actually pretty solid. This gets a 3 out of 5. Good stuff. Nation interferes, of course. Steve Austin gets the stunner on D'Lo on Rock. And the Nation, they fall out. Out comes D-Generation X. And they have a face-off with Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the end of Raw is War for March 23rd. As far as go-home WrestleMania shows go, this is the one of the best there is. I would put this right up with the simulcast of Raw for 2001's WrestleMania 17. Right up there. Also, you know, when I go with the best final Raw for WrestleManias, I think of this Raw. I think of WrestleMania 17's Raw. I think of the WrestleMania 18 Raw. And a couple others. This is a great Raw, one of the best Raws you're going to watch on the network. 4.5 out of 5, highly recommended. Except, and it's only a 4.5, would give it a 5 out of 5, but 2 segments of new Midnight Express. fucking kill me. Next up, we have the Raw after WrestleMania, the March 30th edition. This crowd for the March 30th edition in Albany, New York is fucking loud as shit. You take the Raw after WrestleMania for the Izod Center in New Jersey for WrestleMania 29 and you can stick it. This crowd is so loud it makes the ovation Dolph Ziggler got look fucking mute. Okay, I'm dead serious. The ovation that Stone Cold Steve Austin gets before his music is even fucking hit is fucking loud as shit. They are so loud. You cannot hear Michael Cole on commentary, which is a good thing. They are so loud that when Vince McMahon is out there, as I stated before, as much as Raw has changed, a lot of things have not at all changed, period. We still have authority promo at the very beginning. So Vince comes out, and the crowd is so loud that Vince McMahon thinks that his microphone is busted. It isn't busted. It's just the crowd is so fucking loud. Vince presents Stone Cold with the brand new Attitude Era belt that it's not the definitive Attitude Era belt that we're so familiar with. This belt's a little bit different. It has a dingy blue colored strap. It has the blocky WWF logos as well, which is kind of weird. They didn't have the Attitude Era logo, the scratch WWF logo, and they don't have the black strap just yet. They would change this WWF belt because Stone Cold actually cut himself on his chin when he delivers a stunner. I can't remember if it was on Vince McMahon, if it was here, but he does cut himself on the chin, and they changed it. Later on, they would change it, of course. Stone Cold says, "You ain't gonna mold me, you ain't gonna break me." Vince says, "I love you," which is funny as hell. Steve Austin says he will raise some hell as champion and ain't no one gonna tell him what to do. Vince says we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Stone Cold says, "What's the easy way?" Well, basically, I'm going to mold you, and you're going to become a corporate sellout. You're going to become a corporate champion. And if you're not, we're going to force you into it. Stone Cold thinks it over and basically gives him a fucking Stone Cold stunner. And he gives him a much better stunner than he did in Madison Square Garden back in September 1997, the first stunner that he gave him. This is the second stunner he gives him, and it's a far better stunner than he did before. This segment is amazing. Stone Cold will never be Employee of the Month. I can't emphasize enough how loud the ovation is. It is incredibly loud. It's like a 747 fucking airplane jet fucking flying across your house loud. It's like a fucking rock concert, front row loud. I'm dead fucking serious. 5 out of 5. One of the greatest segments in all of history of Raw is War in all of Raw, period. Next up, we have LOD 2000, the new look, the new innovation of LOD. And they defeat the Los Boricuas. It's not Savio, it's just another combination of Los Boricuas. Fuck this. Squash match. Sunny is fucking hot. And because it's LOD, and because it's Sunny, 4 out of 5. We go backstage to Kevin Kelly. He says that Vince has called the cops. Okay, cool stuff. We get a 70s Legends vignette. You know, it's the vignette with Freddie Blassie and Gorilla Monsoon, and they said, "I still hear the echoes." I love that vignette. It brings a tear to my eye because all these guys are dead, pretty much. Kevin Kelly says Stone Cold was told, and he says Vince doesn't have the balls to call the cops. Good stuff on the follow-up. Kurgan defeats Chains. Next, 1.5. Jeff Jarrett defeats Aguila in a very piss-poor match. It's so bad they botched the corkscrew moonsault. Steve Blackman comes out and they scuffle. 2 out of 5 because of Steve Blackman. Stone Cold Steve Austin is arrested and is thrown out. I love this. This is great. So Stone Cold Steve Austin he's going to jail again. 5 out of 5. Loved it. Vince comes out, in-ring promo. He selected his choice, and I have selected mine. And that's all he says. Then we get a backstage promo with The Rock and The Nation. Basically, The Rock appreciates what Farouk done for him, and that he needed to open his eyes, and he needed to get his ass whipped by Farouk, I guess. But this is only to hype Farouk up to say, you know what? No hard feelings. Everything is on the up and up. Everything is okay. Everything's hunky dory between us, Farouk. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm going to turn my back on you, bitch. That's the end of Raw. Now comes the War Zone. Okay, we have Steve Blackman and Ken Shamrock taking on The Rock and Farouk. During this tag match, The Rock leaves Farouk high and dry. Then the Nation comes out, and The Rock, he's on the ramp, and Farouk says, "Get your ass out here. I'm gonna whip your ass." So The Rock is there, and he gives a look. He raises his eyebrow, which I'm going to try to do and try to be cool. I'm nowhere near as cool as The Rock is, but I'm going to try to raise the eyebrow. That's the best I can do. So he raises the eyebrow to the Nation. It's a sign. When he raises the eyebrow, the Nation of Domination attack Farouk behind. The Rock grabs a microphone and says, "I am not the leader. I am the ruler of the Nation of Domination." And they kick Farouk to the curve, and they kick Farouk out of the Nation of Domination. Fantastic stuff. 4.5 out of 5. Then we get the Triple H in-ring promo. This is another famous segment. Triple H is in the ring. He says, Shawn Michaels dropped the ball, but the ball is now in his court. He is the leader of D-Generation X. And when you look to your blood, you look to the Click. He points to the stage, and out comes X-Pac. His name is not X-Pac just yet, so to us, he is the 1-2-3 kid. He is 6. And he gets an ovation like he'll never get again, ever. He get an ovation that's crazy, and he'll never get this ovation ever again. He says, X-Pac, he cuts a real shoot-like promo. And he basically says that Eric Bischoff is a kiss ass. He loves kissing Hulk Hogan's ass so much he knows what Hogan has for breakfast every night. He basically says Hulk Hogan sucks and that they're going to rip ass, that D-Generation X is going to rip ass in the World Wrestling Federation, which all I'm seeing is fucking farts all over Triple H and X-Pac on the WWF. 5 out of 5. Again, one of the finest segments there is. One of the most famous segments there is. When you look to your blood, you look to the Click. Loved it. Val Venus debut vignette. He's in bed watching himself fuck women. Liked it. 3.5 out of 5. It's Val Venus, by God. Luna and Sable promo. This is probably the worst segment on this show. It's bad. 2 out of 5. An evening gown match is proposed. Big whoop-de-fucking-do, Basil. Mark Merrill defeats Taka Michinoku. Afterwards, Taka is attacked by Kai and Tai eventually. Farouk. It's Funaki. It's Dick Toga and a bunch of other guys. Piss poor match. 2 out of 5. Fuck Mark Merrow. His finisher fucking sucked. Every time he hit the TKO fucking Fireman Kerry Cutter, it sucked. We get the new Midnight Express defeat the Headbangers. You have fucking Headbangers. The best tag team of the Attitude Era. I don't care what anyone... Okay. One of the finest tag teams. Okay, you had the New Age Outlaws. And other than that, you didn't really have any other good teams. But the best team after the New Age Outlaws were the Headbangers. And they're losing to bodacious butt plug from Holly, the new Midnight Express. Fuck the new Midnight Express. They have the charisma and the in-ring ability and the name recognition and the popularity of a fucking thimble compared to the real Midnight Express, the original Midnight Express of Bobby Eaton and fucking Stan Lane and fucking 2.5 out of 5. Fuck you, Midnight Express. In the main event, we have the Outlaws defeating Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie in a steel cage match to become the undisputed tag team champions. Now, what happened in the dumpster match was apparently They didn't put the Outlaws in the right dumpster. You're supposed to put them in the dumpster by the ring side. Instead, they put them in the dumpster in the back. So this brought a cage match for the two teams. DX comes out. Triple H and the Kid comes out. They beat up on Cactus and Chainsaw, and the Outlaws join D-Generation X. And it's a fine moment. It's a fine main event. 4 out of 5. Again, this is a spectacular Raw. One of the finest Raws you're gonna find. Again, when I think of the Raw after WrestleMania, the finest Raw after WrestleMania is WrestleMania 29s, WrestleMania 17s, WrestleMania 18s. WrestleMania 19s is pretty solid. This is one of the best ones there is. 4.5 out of 5. Can't give it a 5 out of 5 because of Sable promo, Mark Marrow, and fucking New Midnight Express. 4.5 out of 5. And I'll catch you next time. 1998 Year in Review continues with WCW Spring Stampede. Finally, I get to do that show. I'm sorry this video was so long. I did have 2 phenomenal Raw is Wars to review. 1998 continues with WCW Spring Stampede. Thank you. Goodbye. Like, comment, and subscribe, please.